dealing with pet hair can be a real nuisance. It gets on your furniture, your floors, your clothes. But instead of throwing it away, have you ever considered wearing it? Yes, says Phaedra.
Who suddenly got really vocal.
And put her head under the sofa.
What's going on? Our next guest does just that. Using her spinning wheel, she's able to make clothes from dog hair. So to explain more and demonstrate, we're joined by Jane here and her dog,
Bless
Phaedra.
you.
This is Phaedra, who's barking, sneezing, really... talk about pulling focus.
She's really embarrassing me.
Oh, she's gorgeous. What a beautiful dog.
This is an ancient art, because when you say it, it sounds a bit odd when you say it, but there's nothing weird about this. It's an ancient art.
It is, yeah. And do you know, it's funny because everybody's been so interested in it, and it's something that anybody that owns a northern breed dog, like a Samoyed, Husky, Malamute, anything that's got a double coat, knows that you can make things out of their hair. And spinners will spin anything. So, I mean, it's been happening for thousands of years, but everybody's so interested in it, and all of a sudden it does sound a little bit mad when you say...
It does, when you say dog... I mean, you're permanently trying to get dog hairs off of clothing, so to wear an entire clothing made out of dog hair does sound ridiculous until you see it, because once you look at it, and you've got some of them here, and we've got mittens here, but it is so soft.
Yeah, it's like...
And
it doesn't smell doggy.
That's the first thing you think. You go, oh, it's going to smell like wet dog or something like that, but it doesn't. And they're beautifully soft. How long does it take, kind of from beginning to end, from brushing Phaedra, for example, to making one of these or a jumper?
Yes, so normally the process is quite natural for the dog, and the dog loses their undercoat. So when you brush your dog, northern breed dog, you'll get the undercoat, not the top hair here, the bit that we stroke, but the bit underneath that keeps them warm. So you'll get the coat off, and it looks just like this. So
how do you separate the top hair from the undercoat?
Normally, when you're brushing, the undercoat will actually just come out quite naturally, and the top hair they'll almost lose by just sort of getting up. Sometimes you have to separate it. If I get a batch of coat that's got a lot of, you can feel it because it's coarser. It's not really soft. And then if you put it in water, the guard hairs will float. So then I can feel that and just pick those out.
Oh, wow.
And then keep the bit that I want to knit with, which is the soft bit, which doesn't make it all itchy.
And how much, I mean, this seems like a really weird thing to say, but how many jumpers could you get out of Phaedra, for example, if you were to brush her?
In a lifetime.
I mean, that looks like a lot of wool there, but will that spin down to not a lot?
No, that will spin to quite a good amount.
Like this?
To the point where this would probably make one of the mittens.
Oh, really?
There. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
God, that's amazing.
How long? Would you say about 6 months?
Yeah,
to get the hair?
So the females, she's a girl, and so the females do what's called blowing their coat twice a year, and that's when they lose all of their undercoat. So you'd probably get 3 supermarket carrier bags full out of a dog like her. She's not particularly big. A boy loses their coat between 12 and 18 months, depending on how long they're growing it for. You can get vast black bin bag liners full of dog, and you can certainly make a jumper out of that easily in one go.
If you have a dog allergy, are you able to wear the jumpers, or is that...?
It depends what you're allergic to. So a lot of people say that her breed, Samoyeds, are hypoallergenic, but it depends because they don't produce dander or oils that a lot of dogs do.
No, you don't.
So if you're allergic to the dander or the oils, then you're not going to be allergic to her. If you're allergic to saliva or dog fur, then you are going to be allergic in the same way as somebody allergic to wool would still be allergic to the wools.
I love the fact that they call them land clouds.
Land clouds,
yeah. So nice.
Land cloud. And during the first lockdown, this is when it really sort of took off. And you reached out and have got quite a following now.
I have, yes. So I had this crazy idea that she doesn't like the collar she's got on. Look at her. During the first lockdown, I had this crazy idea that I needed to get better at spinning the Shiangora, as it's called. So I just bonkers one day put out on the SAM sites on social media and said, would anybody like to send me some of their dog, I'd like to spin 100 balls of samoyed fur in 100 days, because you only get better at something by doing it over and over and over again. And I needed to get better. So I couldn't believe the actual response that I got from people. And I mean, my poor postman was just constantly every day with bags, boxes of samoyed coat that was being sent from all over the world.
Sending it that was really special to them.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So I've had balls from, this is some that I spun up as part of the project. We called the project 100 Clouds.
This is Snuggles.
So Snuggles, yeah, Cloud 63, they're Snuggles. He came from Hong Kong.
Wow.
And he died 11 years ago.
Oh,
and the lady had kept the...
He was a rescue from Australia, ended up in Hong Kong. She doesn't know how. Narissa, who owns him, she kept the fur because he was so special to her, didn't know what to do with it, heard about my project, took the fur to the post office in Hong Kong. They wouldn't send it by airmail, sent it by ship from Hong Kong to Edinburgh, where I live, and I turned it into a ball of yarn for her, which will go back to her at some point.
So this is precious cargo.
That really is, yeah.
Wow. And are you going to carry on doing this? Would you? I mean, I feel like this could sort of be a business for you, but it's not.
It could be, but to be honest, I've got such a connection with the dogs and the people that own them. I mean, they're amazing, a group of people that people send me fur, and I'm awful at asking people for money, so I just do it just for the sheer joy of the dogs and giving owners back something of their pet. You know, it's so special.
It's a lovely thing.
Oh, mad as a box of frogs, yeah. Yeah, like most of the rest of the people in the country, probably.
Thinks she bonkers, doesn't get it. He's a cat person.
He's a cat person. He is a cat person.
Can you do it with cat fur?
Yeah. Oh. You can.
Well, look out for a little parcel from me of bluebell fur. Imagine little bluebell mittens.
Oh,
I'm definitely going to do that.
I'd love to do it. Let's do it.
I will. Do you know, I'm not even joking. I will send it to you 100%.
Brilliant.
I will.
We'll do it.
How long is it going to take to get enough mittens out of?
She's shedding a lot of them.
She said shedding.
You get a good ball of it like that after each brushing, I'd say. Okay. I'll get to work.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Cat mittens.
Cat mittens.
Love it.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
Thank
you so much. And thank you, Fighter, as well. You are gorgeous. I think we're boring her. She's just a massive... So hurry up and move along.